Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would give some of my recommendations if you're saving up for your first luxury handbag or even your second luxury handbag. These are going to be my recommendations on what I would pick if I was just starting out, just saving up money. So yeah, let's just get into it. Alright, so I do want to start off by saying I'm not going to be mentioning the Speedy B25 or the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I feel like everybody under the sun knows that those are just very like go-to bags that people get. So this video is more catered towards like the beginner level, so aka like the $1,000 to $2,000 bag range. So yeah, okay, now let's really get into this video. Okay, so the first bag I'm going to be talking about is actually a bag that I really want. I've been talking about it in so many of my videos, and it is the YSL Lulu bag. So if you guys have seen me mention this in my other videos, I don't personally want the YSL toy Lulu just because I don't personally like that the entire strap is leather. So I would actually go for the YSL Lulu in the small size, but you can do the medium too, but you can go for the toy. I think the toy is actually a really good price. It's like $1,000 something, and then the small size is about $2,050, $2,100, $2,050, somewhere around there. But the price for the small is, I think, reasonable. I'm not saying it's cheap, but I think it's doable. Just the whole aesthetic about the YSL Lulu bag, I love that you can dress it up. I love that you can just take it to the beach, casual, walking around maybe Santa Monica, to the mall, to dinner, to meet friends, family, like go to a bar, anything. I just feel like it's such a versatile bag, and I feel like it looks very low maintenance as well. The leather that they use, I don't know, like if you feel it in person, it just feels very low maintenance. I don't know, there's just something about the YSL Lulu bag. It just looks so easygoing, but also very chic, very nice. I would totally buy that bag. I genuinely actually do want to add it to my collection. I just have a couple bags right now that are a little bit more expensive that I'm just kind of prioritizing, but I do believe eventually I want to add the YSL Lulu bag in my collection. I just it's such a nice bag. Like when you guys like DM me on Instagram and tell me that you guys got the YSL Lulu bag, I'm so jealous, like so jealous. And even though I know a lot of people say that the puffer bag is like softer and all that stuff, and it is, don't get me wrong, if you've never tried the YSL puffer bag, you need to touch it in person. It's gorgeously soft, but aesthetic wise, I don't know, the YSL Lulu just looks so put together. Obviously the puffer is a little bit more slouchy, more cloudy, but it's like the YSL Lulu looks really squishy, but at the same time it just looks so nice and fancy. So yeah, my first recommendation, if it's your first designer bag, I would definitely get the YSL Lulu bag in either the small or the toy size. Alrighty, so bag number 2 that I would recommend is a bag that I feel like used to be super popular, but it's not as popular anymore. And honestly, I don't know why, because it's an amazing neutral bag, and it is any of the Gucci Dionysus bags. So they have this in multiple designs. You can get it in the leather, suede, the GG Supreme canvas. I'm just gonna stick with the GG Supreme canvas just because that's my personal favorite, but you can get it in so many different designs and colors. I really like the mini, and I actually really like the wallet on the chain version. I saw the wallet on the chain version in person, and it's actually very spacious, more so spacious than, let's say, the Chanel wallet on the chain. Like the Gucci one, it's pretty big, it's like this big, and then when you open it, I definitely feel like I could put even like lipsticks and stuff in that. So my personal preference, I really want it in the mini or the wallet on the chain, but the super popular one, I believe, is the medium or small size. I want to say medium. I need a triple check, but that one I feel like everybody has it. The one with the black was really popular, even with the red. They had this like flower painted bloom collection. My mom has a tote bag from that collection, but they did do it for the Dionysus range. I just feel like the Gucci Dionysus is such a great neutral staple piece. It is more on the edgier side, but like I said with the YSL Lulu, I love that you can dress it up and down. I think you can take it out to go clubbing, you can take it out for a dinner, you can take it to the movie theater, to the mall. Like it's just, it could be either or, casual or dressy. I just genuinely love the entire vibe of the Gucci Dionysus bag. That's one of the bags that I think has been on my wish list since I started my YouTube channel. I've been wanting it for at least 2 years. I've been wanting the Gucci Dionysus. It's just I keep putting it off because it's so affordable, right? So it's like, okay, I can just always buy it. I can just always buy it. Like here I'm prioritizing the brands that are having price increases and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's like, I could so easily buy it, but it's just like I keep putting it off. Maybe one day I'll have it, but I'm still kind of debating between the wallet on the chain and the mini size, like I said. But yeah, I definitely would recommend, even though Gucci is not as popular anymore. I know the whole Gucci Marmont bag like had its moment, and the Dionysus actually had a really hot moment, but I still love it. I think it's a gorgeous bag, and price point wise it's completely doable as well. The only thing that I've heard about it, just because I've seen reviews, is that the back of the Gucci Dionysus bag does tend to transfer relatively easy, like whether it's black jeans or blue jeans and stuff like that, so I would be careful. So I guess that canvas that they use isn't really that indestructible, but aesthetic wise I still think that bag is super nice, and I highly recommend. Really love it. I don't care if it's not popular anymore. It's great. It's just great. Okay, so the third bag that I am recommending is another bag that I want, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. However, for an entry-level beginner bag, I actually would super recommend it, and it would be the Prada re-edition. So either the one with the strap and the little pouch thing, or just the original Prada re-edition. I think it's called the mini version. Ironically, the mini Prada re-edition isn't actually that mini. I've seen it in person. I think it's legit the perfect size. I wouldn't even just label it just Prada re-edition, like not small or anything, but that's besides the point. So if you're not into the whole trendy strap thing like the multi-pochette, then just the regular Prada re-edition, I think it's super cute. It's very casual. I mean, I could totally imagine somebody going to Malibu and bringing the Prada re-edition, and it would still look super cute. It would be such a vibe. I could see it more being a summer bag in that way. Yeah, I actually really like it. It is made with nylon. Some people feel like nylon is hard to maintain, but I don't know, I feel like for me nylon is actually pretty easy to maintain as well. I don't know, there's just something about the Prada re-edition which I think is just super cute. It's like it's a whole aesthetic on itself, especially in general Prada bags with the silver. I don't know, it's just such a cool girl vibe, and I feel like it would go with everything. Okay, maybe not everything, but more casual everything. So I feel like Prada re-editions would go with jeans, like a white tank top, that kind of a vibe. Even if you have, let's say, a white blouse, some mom jeans, a belt, some Ferragamo slides, I think that would look really cute as well. Price point wise, it isn't that bad. I do know some people having their qualms paying for a Prada bag that's nylon being the price that it is, because obviously, like, if they're using their Saffiano leather, I feel like it'd be more justified to the price, whereas the Prada re-edition, even though it is a reasonable price for the price of nylon, it does make you hesitate just a little bit, just because, I don't know, I feel like it should be like 1100 or less, just considering it is nylon, it is not leather. So that's something that you have to take into consideration just with price increases in general. But in terms of its general price point and the style, I would definitely recommend Prada being someone's entry level. I feel like back in the day, that was people's kind of first bags. It was like that YSL tote bag, and then the similar bag that Prada has with the Saffiano leather. I forgot the exact name of the tote, it's not coming to mind right now, but those two bags were actually bags that a lot of people bought as their first bags, because Michael Kors had this super popular bag that every single person I knew had, and I feel like Michael Kors got inspiration from YSL and Prada. Another cool thing about the Prada re-edition bags, especially the strap ones, they come in so many different colors. I think like 10 different colors. Of course, my personal favorite is in the cameo beige. I feel like the beige with the silver looks so cute together. I also would actually think about getting it in navy blue as well. I feel like people don't really talk as much about the multi-pochette accessoire, and I know a lot of people used to compare those two bags as well, just because like the way they're structured, they're kind of similar, but obviously one is canvas, one is nylon. If you're kind of over the whole multi-pochette thing when all the influencers were pushing that, but you genuinely did like the overall design, I would recommend doing the Prada re-edition one instead. But I don't know, I just feel like Prada is such a household name that even if people think it's trendy or whatever, Prada will always be there. I know how some people are talking about now that the Prada re-edition is just kind of a trend right now, and I mean, yes, it is more popular right now, but let's be honest, like Prada re-edition was popular 15 plus years ago, so people that had the original Prada re-edition bag, like, they're still living their life, you know what I mean? If you're hesitating on buying the Prada re-edition bag because you're worried that it's too trendy right now and it won't be wearable in the future, I'm gonna slap you right now. You know, it's like that Egna gif that's like, ah, you're stupid, right? That's me doing that to you right now, because the Prada bag, like that shape was super on trend like 15-20 years ago, and look, it's back right now. Like, that's why they call it the Prada re-edition 2005. It's still a hit. The Prada re-edition was such a sleeper bag, like nobody really talked about it, especially after all these like Bottega Veneta trends and then the multi-poche accessoire, the Dior book tote. But the Prada was just like a sleeper, you know? Everyone knew about it, everyone knows that iconic shape, but now people are talking about it, you know what I mean? But yes, so I would highly recommend getting the Prada re-edition as one of your first designer bags. I think that would be a great starter to a collection. Okay, so now we're gonna move more into Celine. So I know how before Lisa from Blackpink, obviously the goddess among goddesses, she kind of rebooted like Celine the brand, but actually Celine has always been there, you know? Like, Celine isn't this trendy brand. I mean, yes, when the Kardashians made the luggage tote like super big, you could say it was trendy, but Celine has always been a household name. Like, yes, they're not Louis Vuitton, Chanel, or Hermes, but just because you're not part of that holy trinity doesn't make you any less of worth. So I genuinely love Celine. My mom has loved Celine since she was in her 20s as well. It's just such a iconic name, and it's just very classy, very understated. Going along the same shape as the Prada re-edition, I actually would recommend the Ava bag as a first designer bag. Like, if I took myself like 18-year-old Maggie and I was saving up for a bag, I would actually really think about getting the Ava bag. Like, if I was 18 years old right now, I would definitely consider getting the Ava bag by Celine for sure. I just feel like it's so cute, it's so young, but also like if I was 40 years old, I could rock that bag too. You can take it to the grocery store, just take it to walk around, to browse some shops. It looks very spacious. I have seen it in person as well. The zipper, I know some people say like the tab is kind of annoying, but you can always tuck the tab in. The zipper tab goes like this over it, and I don't know, it just looks so round, kind of like a moon crescent type shape. Of course, Lisa did make this bag even more iconic. I think she actually has the vintage version of it. I'm sure she probably owns both of them, let's be honest. Yeah, I actually really like this. I know a lot of people actually message me and they ask me between the Ava bag or the Louis Vuitton Pochette accessoire, which one would I pick? I don't know if I'm biased or not, but I would still go with the Ava bag just because I feel like the Ava bag I could put more with. And I mean, the Louis Vuitton, obviously it's Louis Vuitton, but I don't know, it's just, it's so small, and I don't know, for it to be like my first bag, I want to be able to like really use it. Not saying the Ava bag is that much bigger, but when you look at it, it just looks so petite, like borderlining SLG petite. It's like slightly bigger than the mini pochette, if that makes sense. So it's like, if this was my first handbag, I want it to be like a real handbag. Not saying that the pochette accessoire is not a handbag, but do you get what I'm trying to say here? I don't want to say simple, but it's just kind of, I don't know the word I'm looking for. I don't want to like insult anyone that owns this bag, but I would just rather get the Ava bag, honestly. I mean, yes, I love the pochette accessoire. I think it's super cute, like such a great grab and go bag just to like get some goodies and stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna stick with the word simple, but that's not really what I'm trying to express. I really adore the Ava bag. I actually am debating on getting it for my birthday, but I'm debating between like 4 bags that I'm trying to decide for my birthday, but I have like three months to decide, so I'm okay on time. So yeah, so I definitely would actually recommend the Ava bag as being a first designer bag. So sticking with the Celine theme, I actually would definitely get the Celine cabas tote as a first designer bag as well. So hear me out. So remember when I said in the beginning of the video that I wasn't going to talk about the Neverfull? It's because I feel like a lot of people make tote bags their first designer bag. Most of the time people either pick a crossbody or they pick a tote bag, because both of those are very everyday friendly. I mean, my second bag ever was the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, but I don't want to say if I could go back in time, because I don't regret my Neverfull Neverfull, and the price point when I bought it was amazing. But if it was like me here today, and you know how a lot of people say that the Neverfull is kind of repetitive and redundant, like so many people have it, but you have to think about like so many people have it for a reason, right? Like that's not a really good argument to say that you don't like something. However, I have always loved the Celine cabas tote. I've mentioned this before. I just love how simple the branding is. I love that the entire bag is leather. I love that they have it in so many gorgeous colors, like the mutedness. They just added a couple months ago, they added this shade called acai, which was stunning. I saw that in person. My goodness, I wanted to buy it so bad, but I didn't. They have this cabas tote in so many different sizes as well. You can get just the original small size. I actually really like the cabas tote in the phantom, so it has like the string on the side and it kind of wings out like this, which is my personal favorite. I definitely want to add a Celine cabas tote in my collection, just because yes, I have been using my Dior book tote a lot, but it's a little too structured for kind of everyday, and I'm thinking of not retiring, but I don't really use my Neverfull that much anymore, and I kind of want a more like flexible everyday tote. So I really want a Celine cabas tote. I would definitely pick this as an entry level, especially if you're in college and you kind of want a nice everyday bag. I've heard some people use their Dior book tote for a school bag. Like, props to you for having that kind of confidence. I could not carry my Dior book tote to college when I was in college. Like, that's just like a little too loud for me. I just feel like the Celine cabas tote would be so nice, because it's one of those, I know this is really nice and I appreciate this is really nice, and only people that also appreciate these types of things would notice. I don't know, it's kind of a weird like mental conversation that I'm having with somebody that does know brands and doesn't know brands, you know what I mean? And on top of that, like what I said before, it just looks so easy to use, super everyday friendly. Yes, it's just kind of like a giant pit, whereas obviously the Neverfull does have a zipper and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just feel like it seems like it will definitely last me for years. Like, I could see me being 65 years old and bringing that bag to the market or something like that, or even using it now as a work bag, everyday bag, travel bag, airplane bag, you know, because the branding again is so minimal. So I would definitely recommend thinking about getting the Celine cabas tote if you're looking for a tote to add to your first designer bag, or even second designer bag, honestly. Alrighty, so my last bag is a bag that I actually do own, and I think this would be a great first luxury handbag. I feel like most people would agree with this one too. I'm just going to show you. Ready. It is going to be the Alma BB. If you guys have seen my most recent videos, and or just any video where I talk about the Alma BB, I love this bag. I adore this bag. I just think this would be such a great starter Louis Vuitton bag, like minus obviously the Neverfull and the Speedy. Like I said, this is just so versatile. Everyone that I know that has this bag loves this bag. Aesthetically, yes, it doesn't fit a lot because of the shape where it kind of like tapers up. You can't fit that much in here. I mean, this is not a tote bag. This is just such a great everyday bag, like going out to eat lunch with your boyfriend, or going to see your mom, visiting family. It's so cute. The shape is just so classic Louis Vuitton. I feel like it's, even though the Alma is obviously so classic, like the Speedy and the Alma are crazy classic, but I don't know, there's something about the Alma that's a little bit more unique. Because if you see someone having a Louis Vuitton Speedy anything, nothing wrong, like there's no shade or anything, but it's just, I feel like the Alma is a little bit more special than a Speedy B25. And then they have this in so many different designs. You can get it with the stamps, you can get it in the damier bend, you can get this with the epi leather, which I think looks gorgeous. They even have the new epi leather in that honey brown color, and even the blue with that gorgeous strap on it. Oh my goodness, let's not even talk about that. That was took my breath away. But they also have this in patent too. I know patent was huge a couple years ago. Not a couple years ago, like 15 years ago, the patent Alma BBs were everywhere, right? Like Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton had it, but it was big. It wasn't just them two that made it big, like it was already big. Obviously this bag does come with a strap as well, so right over here. But so you can make this into a crossbody, a top handle. For me personally, when I have been using this bag recently, I actually have been using this more as a top handle bag over a crossbody bag, just because my only qualm with this is that the strap length is a little bit awkward for me. I feel like the strap length on my, let's say, Nano Speedy fits my body height a lot better, whereas this one kind of hangs a little bit awkwardly, but that's just personal preference. I feel like other people have agreed with me too though, that the strap length on the Alma BB is a little bit weird for us short people, but that is neither here nor there. I would definitely recommend getting the Alma BB as your first, I don't want to say first Louis Vuitton bag, but like just as a first bag, I definitely would consider this. I definitely recommend seeing it in store. I feel like you'll just love it, and it's kind of a good like dip your toe in the water because the price point of this is not that bad. I think it's like 1,300 or so. I believe this is cheaper than the Speedy and the Neverfull. Well, cheaper than the Neverfull for sure. Price point wise is really good. I feel like this is just such a classic piece. You can definitely hand this down to somebody, a niece, a daughter, even a son. Like, y'all can rock it too. Definitely recommend the Alma BB as well. Alrighty guys, so we've reached the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys found that a little bit helpful. I feel like I picked bags other than the Alma BB that most people wouldn't consider as a first luxury designer bag. But just imagining 18-year-old Maggie working at Jamba Juice, like the paychecks, you know, not that great, the tips not that great, and if I really wanted to save up for something, I definitely feel like these bags would be in the direction that I would be leaning towards. Realistically, like somebody working at Jamba Juice cannot afford a Chanel $5,000, even $4,000 bag. Like, let's be honest here. If you're, let's say, in your late 30s or 40s and you kind of want to treat yourself, or you want your husband to get you a gift for a special occasion, your anniversary, and throughout all these years you've put all your hard-earned money on your kids and you finally have some money for yourself, I generally would recommend you guys saving and investing on a Chanel bag, only because the prices are just getting so steep. So it's better to buy that Chanel bag as your first bag while the prices are this low. But if it's just kind of a luxury starter in general and you kind of just want a gateway to kind of test the waters and see if you do genuinely feel like bags are worth the money, or if you just want to get something nice but you don't need it to be too nice, I definitely think that you should take a look in store and try on these bags on my list. I feel like you'll definitely fall in love with them. If you guys own already any of these bags, or if these are on your actual like #1 wish list, oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you. If you end up getting it this year, please let me know so I can live vicariously through you as always. So as always, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps support my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.